Hi, friends. Hello, the world. Welcome back to this episode of Tools for Transitioning Humanitarians. And today I want to talk about a topic that keeps coming up a lot with humanitarians and a topic of feeling defeated. And I wanted to also do this in the time when I feel defeated. So that's why I feel like it's such a perfect moment to discuss this, not only coach other people, but also share how feeling defeated feels and also what to do and how to recover from it. And I also thought this episode is so aligned with the European Champions Games of football that's going on now. And because my husband is so into football and he talks about some of the things that's going on. And I always think of, man, I want to use that as a way to also showcase how to recover from that defeat at that level, right? So in this episode, I want to cover really how this defeat feeling feels and also how this shows up in the humanitarian sector or when you are transitioning, or maybe the reason why you're transitioning because of it, and then how to recover from it, and also why to recover from it, right? So let's start with the feeling of defeated in the way that I have been feeling lately, because I've been doing certain project with my Kyrgyz women that I want to support in their business, and things are just not going at all, and things are just not moving the way that we thought it would, and a lot of challenges and difficulties, right? And because they are new to this and they are experiencing it, for them, it feels like, oh, this is all not going to work. And for me, who have done this so many times and feeling defeated and going like knowing that that's part of the process, for me, it's a bit maybe easier to handle. But at the same time, I'm also feeling a lot of this feeling of defeated, which comes so much in this chest area. And it has this like so much heaviness and so much heaviness so that I don't even want to do anything about it. Like, I don't want to move forward. I just want to feel like I'm giving up, right? So these are the feelings that comes up when we feel defeated. And one of my clients yesterday was saying that she wasn't describing it as defeated, but she was describing all the things that could be qualified as defeated, right? So she was saying that she was very lethargic. She doesn't really do anything. She doesn't even go for a run. She doesn't do all the other things like reading books and socializing. She doesn't really want to do that because she just feels like after so many years of working in the organization, now she has to do a temporary assignment job, and she's very new in that assignment, but also her boss is new in the organization, and he seems to shut her down and say the things like you don't know anything. And she just feels like after so many years of working for the organization, knowing how it functions, and then someone new coming over and being a male and having his male ways of doing things, and then just feeling so disappointed that you just feel like defeated, right? And she was saying that, what's the point? And then she wanted to go for something else, and then she feels like the system is now so rigged, and the recruitment system is just not what it's supposed to be, and you just need godfathers and godmothers, and and she just doesn't want to do that, and she's never felt like that's how she wants to get a job. And then it just feels so the defeated feels when everything, all the doors that you tried, or all the doors that you believe that could continue carrying you on, they're not opening, everything's closed, and you just feel like, ah, right? And as I'm saying, describing her situation, I can feel that some of that residues of that disappointment is within me also coming up and processing. As I'm saying these to you, I'm processing those um, defeat and disappointment feelings. Right. So this is one of the ways that this defeat can look like. Another defeat can look like is when you keep feeling like there is a better way to solve this problem. There is a better way to make systemic changes because everyone is so um, tired of keep talking about it, keep discussing it. Let's just not discuss it anymore, but rather find a solution and let's go for this and do something and make concrete changes, right? And then everyone else feels like, oh no, we need to discuss this and we need to be inclusive, and not that we're suggesting not to be inclusive. It's just that we have discussed this so much, so long already that you just feel like um why am I continuously like fighting? Why am I continuously battling when everyone else clearly seems like they don't even want to battle, right? What's the point of me battling the whole time and trying to move everything forward when everyone else seems to be going or stalling? And you just feel like, oh, you don't want to do anything about it, right? So that's another way that defeat occurs. And in the personal life situation, the way that defeat occurs, and I tend to know a lot of them myself in my own personal life, because my family tends to have a lot of ideas of how to arrange marriages or how to arrange a future for someone in the nieces and the relatives in my family. And then after like every time discussing with your family and saying, let's not do this, let's not arrange marriage for someone, especially when they don't want to. Let's not ruin someone's life. Let's not decide for them or keep intervening in their lives. Let them live their lives, right? So I tend to have these conversations with my family back in Kyrgyzstan, and then they just like I feel like we've agreed on things, and then all of a sudden they then come up with crazy things, and then I know I learn and find out about it once the fire is on, and then I feel like I need to put up the fire, and then having this feeling of why am I the one who's always trying to like solve things and do things and get them to the common sense of let's not ruin other people's lives and all of these things. Why am I the only one who's thinking and doing that, and everyone else seems to be like going in the whole different direction? And then in those moments you just feel like ah like feel defeated, right? Feel like you just keep wanting and trying and trying and trying, and then it just doesn't go. And you, at some point, you're like, what's even the point? And as I'm saying this from my own personal history of with my family, I can notice more of the feeling of defeated coming underneath in it's coming out like a line of a feeling that is very like prominent, and oh, it's this feeling that, right? Like, I just don't want to do this anymore. I want to give up and that's it. And this is like that reaction of the defeat. Now, whether this is happening in the family life or in the professional life, right? I understand that it's the defeat is one of those feelings that you just kept trying and kept trying, kept finding solutions here, kept finding solutions there, and after a while, like I just don't want to find solutions anymore. I want to go home, or I want to go to like a secluded place. I don't want anyone to know where I am, and I just want to just like, in my case, I used to believe that. Let me just cover myself with the cover and stay in bed and never come out, right? This was the reaction that we really want to have in those moments when we feel defeated. And I think that's a very human way of trying to handle it, the defeat, right? But then I was thinking about what if we approach defeat in a different way? And the usual way that we have approached of I just give up and I just leave and I don't care, or I just don't want to do the things this way anymore. I don't want to really be committed. I don't want to be really like getting everyone to the goal, keep trying to the goal, because if everyone else is not wanting, then why should I? And these kind of reactions and solutions, so-called solutions that we tend to start finding, which we know we don't like anyway, right? That's the thing is about humanitarians. The one of the qualities that, excuse me, that I love is that we don't want to be the people who just not care about what we do, right? We don't want to be the people who just like do things for the sake of doing it because I just, I don't need to like sweat, or I don't need to feel defeated anymore. I'll just do my thing and then go home and that's it. We don't want to be those people, right? We're not, like I was talking to my client yesterday as well, that we don't want to be the person that just goes by and does the like temporary assignment, barely all the things, and then just finishing in and like, oh, it was a temporary assignment anyway. What's the point? We don't want to do that. We don't want to be that person, right? We want to be the person who's always trying to do the best for other people, for ourselves. These are the people we want to be. So therefore, the solution to defeat is not really stop caring and stop feeling disappointment and just doing things and then never care. I think that's, we can try that, and maybe some of us have tried it, but that's not how we want to live our lives. That's not how we want to experience our work life, right? So therefore, if that's not how we want to do that, then obviously the alternative is learn how to deal with defeat, or learn how to process defeat as I'm doing it, right? So the way that I always do process defeat is I just sit down and feel all the shitty feelings, which is what I have done just before starting to record this episode. I was just sitting on that couch and feeling like, oh, right? And 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 allowing all of those emotions come through, and then allowing and feeling it, and I was putting my hand where it's necessary, and I was just observing how it all was going on and going through. And once I go through that, then I was thinking about what my husband was saying about the European championship that's going on, where he was telling me that Georgia is now in the qualification. They passed the qualification, as I understand. I have no clue about football, but from what I'm hearing, right? But one of the things that he said that was so amazing for me to hear is that he said that the team is so strong this year because they have one player that's exceptional, right? He said the Georgian team passed the qualification, and the team is strong because of one player that is so exceptional. And I was thinking about that in every team, right? I was thinking about in every team, or in every setting, in every constellation of things, like even in personal life, what if we could be that one exceptional person? And if there are more of that, the more then we're going to move forward. But even if there aren't any, let's say, even if, let's say, all the other people are not really moving forward, or not really wanting to go for the thing, or stalling, whatever it is, what if in that constellation, we could be that one person who is exceptional? Not because we want to then praise ourselves for our ego and all the things, even though if you want to absolutely go for it. But I would love for us to think about, what if we could be that person who does not give up? What if we could be that person who makes such a difference that we are able to move past all the other obstacles in the exceptional way because of that one person, because of that one person, which could be us, right? And when I say this, um, oftentimes I think people have difficulty believing it, right? It's people have difficulty believing it because we don't really think that one person can make a difference, right? We don't really believe that us against the system, for instance, we wouldn't make the difference, right? So if I was to look at the case that I'm discussing with a client yesterday, where she was saying that the system is rigged, you need godfathers and godmothers to get to the job, otherwise you can't really get in, this kind of constellation. in that constellation, it feels so daunting and defeated to just even believe that you can do that. You can just go and get the job you want to and all of these things, right? But notice that if it was the opposite, it could have been so true. So let me give you an example. If we have a manager who is toxic, let's say that we call that manager toxic manager, and that person is in the room, everyone's mood is affected by that person, right? Everyone is mood, everyone's way of working, everyone's stress level, maybe cortisol gets high because of that person's behavior, we believe, right? So if the opposite was true, then we can believe it. So if I was telling you that, oh, the whole organization or even the whole office is affected and they're not in a good mood, or there are lots of tension, there are lots of problems because of that one person, everyone would believe me. Right? Everyone would like, yes, I can understand what that looks like and how it is, and I have been there. You can all relate to this, right? But if I said, because of that one person, the whole organization changed or the whole office changed, and their relationship gotten so amazing, and they are it is a healthy environment, all the toxicity is gone, and everything is great because of that one person, would you believe me? Probably you wouldn't. So why? Right? Why is it possible that one person can create lots of negativity within the organization or within the office, but one person can't recover and move forward the defeated team? I want to believe that equally it's true, and the Georgian team, for instance, is amazingly showing us based on what I have heard, right? I haven't watched the game, but this is what I'm really believing that it is possible. And I think if we could dig up, we could find other examples of it. And in no means I want to dismiss or devalue other members' efforts in that team. But I'm just thinking about if even if I'm feeling, so let's imagine that even if I'm feeling a lot defeated of all the things not going on, but I know that if I have someone in the team who is so strong and getting everyone on board and saying, no, we're doing this, we're trying very hard until the last second, it doesn't matter, we're gonna go for it. I'm assuming I would just find the energy and effort and to do that because I want to be part of the team who does not give up rather than being part of the team that just like, right? This doesn't work, that doesn't work, and all of this, because that's so draining the energy. So that's why my first suggestion to you as to what to do is process that emotion, meaning not react to it and not just say I'm giving up or I'm leaving and I'm doing other things, but rather processing the emotions. And the second is thinking about what if you could be that person who makes a change, who makes a difference, who makes the change happen in such a way that other people are like, yes, I want to do that too. I want to be that person too, right? I want to I want to be the person who knows how to beat the defeat and keeps going because the impact is so important to me, that keeps going rather than choosing the route of um giving up, right? And knowing that we each individually have that exceptional qualities and we each individually can do a lot of things about it, I think is amazing to know, right? Because the other alternative is if we stop caring, we don't really like ourselves or what we're doing. If we just leave and go somewhere else, we could do that. But we also know that there will be other challenges that we need to solve anyway, which may be part of which may come to the defeat or similar feelings. So we need to learn how to process and how to deal with it in the way that does not mean that we just give up on what we want, but rather we continue solving it so that we get to that exceptional level where we can get our teams to the next level of growth, or get our families to the next level of relationship, hopefully, right? So whatever it is that we're trying to do, we can do that. And I would love to use this episode to really think about, in times that are so difficult, in times that are like you just want to give up and say, what's the point? In those times, before making any decision, before moving on, before doing something else, process all of those emotions. And once you have processed it, then think about, if you didn't allow any obstacles be in the way of you going to the thing that you want to do, how would you solve for it? How would you be that one person who is so exceptional that gets all the things resolved, that you get even the entire teams move forward? How could you be that person? Right? How could you be that person who feels so proud for having solved it, rather than gave up in the middle or gave up in the beginning and just said, well, that was too hard, right? Because the more we give up on the too hard and I don't want to do that, the more we just want to seek the route that we don't like. And if we're not liking the route that we are about to take that involves giving up, then why not just continue going forward and learning how to deal with feeling defeat, right? And that's really what I would love for us all to think about, is the impact that we want to make will always require us to solve a lot of problems on the way, right? Whether we're creating impact, whether we are achieving our personal goals, whether we're building relationship, whatever it is that we're wanting to do, that will require us to solve several types of problems, or maybe we continue solving certain problems as we go and do that thing. And the question always is, do we want to give up on it because of feeling defeated, or we want to process our defeat and then decide, is that really worse going forward for me, and why? And if yes, then what if I can be that exceptional person who turns everything around, right? Who makes such a difference that everyone is like, because of this person, things have changed. Because of this person, the team spirit has gotten so much amazing that we have done this, right? Just the way that we would do it if the situation was negative. If someone was creating a toxic environment, we would always say, because of that person, it's a toxic environment, right? So what if we could easily do the same, only in the positive? Because of this person, the whole team's toxicity changed. What if we can be that exceptional leader, exceptional person, exceptional humanitarian, and go for the thing that we're really wanting? And I would love to invite you to work on this with me in my group coaching for big transitioning for humanitarians, where I would love to help you transition to becoming that exceptional person who always goes for what she wants and keep solving the problems on the way. So, angels, have a beautiful week, and I'll talk to you very soon. Thank you. Bye.